guys, how's it going? I'm doing so good today. Thank you so much for watching Holistic Honey. You guys are getting self-care videos from me. Basically, you guys, I wanted to do like a series, basically maybe like 3 videos where I touch on beauty and just a few beauty secrets, but I really had this like heavy on my heart today, you guys, so I really wanted to talk about it. When it comes to beauty, I noticed that a lot of people always comment on my videos, and anytime I talk about self-improvement or, you know, developing myself and making myself look better, I noticed that people basically will be like, oh, you already look good. And I'm like so grateful that people are saying really positive things about me. But I also want to be like very candid and let you guys know that this is a journey, and I did not, you know, always feel beautiful, or I always kind of was searching for some type of beauty through the people around me, through the people in my environment. I was searching for beauty from my heart, and I couldn't really feel it, or I couldn't really grasp why certain people were like an it person, and I wanted that factor, especially like in school, like beauty and like the way you looked and how you had your hair, the clothing you wore, all of that stuff was super important. I came from a family with 4 other siblings where my parents got us what we needed, and they didn't really spend much time on beauty or really like developing ourselves into the it person, because no matter what you do when you're like going through puberty, you're still gonna look pretty much like crap, and we all thought we were so great. Basically all throughout school I was very like insecure because I was naturally beautiful, but no one ever told me. And a lot of times the things I would get into as far as like the bullying aspect of school would be not being like good enough in my eyes, but really I was good enough, but people weren't telling me that because they were insecure themselves. I just think this is so weird because like now I'm an adult, now everyone's an adult, and it doesn't matter. I started to really question, when did beauty become this amazing part of my life that people appreciate, that I appreciate, and when did my idea of beauty switch? So I would have to say that it's when I realized that I wasn't always very kind to other people, and I started to really see beautiful people and what people exemplified the way that I wanted to be like. For example, Zoe Saldana is one of my role models, and she had this video servicing on YouTube like years ago, and she was sitting down and she was discussing like what a woman should be and how a woman should feel confident and powerful, and I wanted everything that she had, you guys. And I started to pattern myself off of her and the way that she moves, the way she does her hair, her makeup, her eyebrows. Like I started to look at her inner beauty and her values on family, her values on love and relationships. And so basically I started to look to someone that I looked up to, and I started to pattern my life around them. So I encourage you guys that if there's someone that you look up to or someone that inspires you, to really like study them, study their life, and really see, you know, where do they find happiness. And I knew that she found happiness from love, happiness from being around people that really appreciated her, from her family, leaning on her siblings and really making them her rock, and then also not letting other people define who she is and her deciding what she wants to do. She's married, and she basically took her husband's, well, her husband took her last name, and that's so unheard of. It's so untraditional. It's so, you know, something that people don't do, or it's not something that's expected. So I really was like, wow, this is a boss, and I want to be like her. Not to say that I would want my husband to take my last name, but just to say that she makes her own rules. And so therefore I was like, okay, I want to make my own rules. When it comes to beauty, you guys, I really had to start changing my heart. And when you get to the root of changing your heart space, it's very complicated because you have to dig through all of the negative things that you have in your heart. You have to let go of all of your insecurities, let go of judgment, and let go of just not feeling like you're good enough, letting go of judgment, and really see who you are and working through that. It's all about you. I noticed that I would judge people. Like if someone had on an outfit that I didn't like, I would judge them. If someone didn't have their hair, I would immediately, you know, judge them for how they had their hair. Sorry guys. Okay, yeah, I would just like immediately like judge people all the time, and I'm like, why do I judge people? And I judge people because the women that I was surrounding myself around, the people that I was surrounding myself around were judging other people too. I basically was just patterning myself off of my environment and off of what I knew, off of what I saw, and it was just really weird. It's like super weird how we can like basically pattern the things that we do around our environment. We're highly influenced by our environments. To be really careful with that. Your heart is a reflection of the hearts in your environment. I really feel like that's true, and so I had to make sure I was paying attention to that. I also had to really like make a list about what I wanted to look like and really like focus on, you know, what appearance, like why do I want this appearance? Why do I want to be beautiful in a sense? And again, for every time I questioned beauty, it always went back to my heart space. It went back to the things that I was seeing and the things that I was exposing myself to, like the different images. Like, I mean, if we go back to my example of Zoe Saldana, she's very naturally beautiful. She doesn't have like any cosmetic things done to her. She's what I would want to look like at 30, at 35, at 40. She is just divine. But for someone who looks up, for someone who like gets plastic surgery a lot, or someone who's like very superficial, then you'll find that, you know, all of this wanting to just be the certain person is gonna always be in your brain. So you have to work through, you know, what you define as beautiful, and really realize that it's just the simple things, you guys. It's just being simple. It's just being yourself. That is so important, and it's the least work when you're just being yourself. Today I would have to say that if you surround yourself around amazing and beautiful people who are beautiful from the inside, that is only going to reflect back to you, and it's going to create more beauty for you. And I do encourage you guys to work on that inner work first, and work on that heart space first, and then you can go into deciding, you know, how you physically want to look, because that is going to reflect from your heart. So I hope that you guys understood what I was saying today. If you are new, please go ahead and subscribe and like this video, and until next time, have a beautiful, beautiful day.